Now we're going to continue on with part 4 of puppy tips. Since the part 3 tips, I've moved the tray, JWM tray to above, which I find it more convenient for me. And also I've let me start the rocks here, and I've elected to change the background color of rocks, and I've had a previous video about how to do this, and I'll leave that link under the description. So now normally if I click a grave key, which is a key right below escape, it will start the terminal. This is again CE4 F96-CE4.iso. So if I just click on the rocks and then touch the grave key, which is the key right below the escape key, we set it up before to start the terminal. So let me just go ahead and do that now. Now in CE4, default terminal is LX terminal, but generally speaking, almost all the Puppy Linux has urxvt as the default terminal. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and go through the steps of how to change over to urxvt when you trigger a terminal within rocks. Furthermore, not only it will be urxvt, but we will try to place it on the right lower quadrant for my display, and for me that gets it out of the way most of the time of what I'm trying to do. So we'll go ahead and click this F4 to close this LX terminal, and then the way we're going to tell rocks the configuration of the terminal, then we will have to just click on the rocks and go under options and then go to menace, and then normally it will have default terminal here, terminal emulator program, but we're going to replace that with urxvt, which is already installed in almost all the Puppy Linux. So we'll just copy this and then we'll just replace this, and you can also see that grave key is ticked on because that's what will trigger the terminal to open. So, and that's okay, and then we will see if we can just go ahead and do it here now. We'll punch in the grave key, so it already has taken the reconfiguration. So you can see that there's several things. One is the background of urxvt is black, which is what I prefer. Foreground is green, and I think that makes you that distinguishes from the default regular LX terminal. So and then furthermore, it alerts you that it's actually within the terminal rock. So right now it'll be PW present working directory is root. But let me just go ahead and close this now, and now we'll go into etc, different folders. So now we'll trigger it with a grave key, escape and grave key. Now it opens up here again, and then now we're going to check the present working directory. Now is etc. Okay, so this is if you want this is how you can configure it. Let me just go through with you the geometry function option. So geometry, first two numbers here tells you the character, the size of the urxvt. So it's 80 by 20 characters. 874 and 555 is specific to my display. So 874 and 555 are pixels. So it's 874 this way and 555 this way, pixel from the left upper quadrant of display, and that's where the left upper corner of the terminal will be. So this, you may have to play around these numbers to get it exactly where you want it placed. But for me, it works. This one is fine. So now, if you prefer not to have the scroll bar here, what you can do in Puppy Linux is go to X defaults, and then you will have the you will have let's see which line, the scroll bar here. Right now you want it is true, but we'll just make it false. In that case, false, and that way the scroll bar will disappear. We'll just go ahead and save it, and then we'll have to open up a terminal and give it a command of xrdb merge and x defaults. Now that's where that's the file that we made a change. So we'll go ahead and activate that. Now we're going to see if the scroll bar disappeared. So we'll go ahead and go to the rocks, and then escape key, and now not a grave key. Now you can see that scroll bar is disappeared. Now Redshift is a very useful program, especially for night viewing and working with a computer display. So on a CE4.iso, it comes packaged already. So we can go ahead and go to system, and then desktop, and then click on the Redshift. And when you see it on the system, so we'll just right click, and then you get this little box, and what you want to do is Redshift auto mode. You let go when the arrows is highlighted. So now it's smart enough to figure out where you live and adjust the light on its own. So right in San Diego and so on, and this is out of the default install, so that's pretty nifty. The problem though, however, when you reboot, you lose that again. So what you need to do is, rather than going through the same step again, we want to automate this start of this this application. So what we can do is go to open up our rocks, and then we'll open up another one, because we want to go to USR share applications, and we'll put this on the left side of the screen with a super left arrow. And then now we want to go into .config folder, and then auto start. What we need to do is move the Redshift desktop into here and link it. So what we'll do is we'll go down to the Redshift GUI-desktop. What you want to do is just drag it here, and then let go on the absolute link. This is what I prefer. That way, on a next boot, it will automatically start. And so in Puppy Linux, the save folder only keeps track of what's the files that's changed or removed or added. So, but if you, for example, accidentally erased one of the important systemic files or folders or whatever, you will not be able to find. You may not be able to find it on the save folder. So for example, let's go ahead and let's say we delete the .jwmrc. So we'll just go ahead and delete it. Now that will not it will not reboot. So what you have to do is you have to replace it with the original .jwmrc. So this is F96-CE4.iso Puppy Linux that's running. So simply just click it to open it, to mount it, and then you have to find the right SFS folder. So SFS folder is a read-only, and then what you need to do is systemic files will have this puppy name. So this is what you want, just open, and then you want to be able to view the contents, and then we want to go to the root because this is the root, and here you will see JWMRC. And so that what you do is just go ahead and left mouse click and just drag it here and then copy. So now you've restored the important systemic file that's been removed. Now lastly, I want to cover how to find your window product activation key number. So this works. So normally the window activation number is baked on into the motherboard. So I'm not running Windows at all. There's no Windows partition or nothing to do Windows in my computer. Yet when I'm running FOSSA Pup, for example, and this works as long as you have any type of Puppy Linux installed. All you need to do is install bin utils. So we'll go ahead and fire up ppm puppy package manager and bin utils. I think I might have already installed it. So it's not installed. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click it and then do it to install. So after that's done, what you can do is just copy here strings command. This is what you need, and we're gonna copy, and then we'll just do this, and then I'm not going to be able to show you, but it will spit out 4 lines, and the last line is the long line is the window product activation number. So you